This is the third drill for Nova week 5. All right, so now we're getting into the lead out pivots. Lead out pivots, this is more of a training thing than a handling. The whole point of a lead out pivot is to save us time downstream to get a jump start, a head start on our dog. Right, that's the lead out part of it. The pivot meaning that we're going to just do a front cross in place. So ideally, if we have this really trained up, our lead out pivot would be right here standing at that wing. Right, because a front cross, if this was, think of this as just in the middle of a course. If this was in the middle of the course, we would want to do our front cross along this line between that wing and that wing, right? And we would finish our front cross up here by this green wing. At no point would we ever want to be out here where you are leading out to. So you're not really doing yourself any favor by leading out there. Not only that, but you're lying to Nova. So all our problems that come downstream after this fact, they all stem from you being out of position right now. So since this is the start of the course, we're going to take advantage of our start line stay and do a lead out. But you want to lead out to where it saves you time downstream. But see, this is our front cross line. So imagine if this was in the middle of a course and we wanted the dog's path to do this. There's no point when we're doing a front cross that you should be out there. Now, the reason that you're out there, I know why, is because if you were to stand here at this wing, then she would skip that jump and come right to you. So that's kind of the problem here. It's a training issue. So I want you to picture the end result, the final trained product should be that you are able to stand at this wing, facing this direction, with your right dog side arm out, telling Nova, take this line, right? Because your shoulders, you're standing right here, and your shoulders and your right arm is out, but you're facing that way. Your toes and your shoulders will be facing kind of towards the camera. She should then take this path, follow you, and then when she's committed to this jump, then you can just pivot in place and do your front cross just by pivoting. That's why it's called a lead out pivot. So how do we get to that final end product? The way that we get to it is we just pretend that we're doing a front cross on this line. So rather than being way out here, I would start right there. And I would just have her take this, and then I would throw her treat, reward her about where your feet are now, over there on her path, right? And then the next rep, I will be right here, and then right here, and then right here, and then right here, and then right here. And keep working until we can get to there, where she will stay committed on that path. And the entire time, you should be always facing this way. We don't actually start doing our pivoting until she's trained to be able to take that line and follow your shoulders and your toes. So you're creating, another way to think of it, as you're creating lateral distance. So again, imagine if this was in the middle of the course and we wanted her to take that path, that was a crappy path, like this, and we had great lateral distance, then you would be running like this, sending the dog out there, right? So it's kind of the same thing. And we create lateral distance by rewarding the dogs on the path. So see how she comes here and then has to go like this? Because she's confused. And she's like, oh, whoa. And then she gets confused and she just comes to you because she's just very confused. Because right up until the point of when she landed after that jump, she thought she was going out here. And she was right to think so. See, our location is a very important cue to the dog. Our motion, our location are the two most powerful cues that we have. So again, you're out here. So from her perspective, If you didn't know any better, she has no idea where she's going to go. She doesn't know what jump 3 is or obstacle 3. Where do you think it is? Watching yourself, looking at, put yourself in Nova's position. I'll tell you what I think. I think you're about to say, take this jump, and then I would say for sure the A-frame, except it's blocked by wings. So maybe you're going to push out to that dog walk or something. I'm not really sure. She's not really sure either. But if you were standing here at this wing, then we would all know, I bet that would be a good clue that you're going to do this. And you'd be able to stand here and just rotate once she was committed to that jump. So she comes here and then she has to do that, and that's why the bar drops. Because when she's over that bar, suddenly you change plans on her. So again, this is really more of a training issue. You need to back chain lateral distance so that way you can do that lead out pivot. And the way that we do that is working back on our front cross line and rewarding the dog for taking that. So this time you're almost successful, and that's because you pivot a lot sooner and start getting over, so she does get the information sooner that she's going to take this jump and then go this way. Some of it also by now is probably because it's been multiple attempts now of patterning. And so you go sooner, but still it should be over here. You should be like 10 more feet towards that green jump. So that's why it's frustrating. I understand why. I understand that it is frustrating, but that's why. It's because it's a training issue, not really handling. But you're not able to do good handling on it. Again, good handling would be you're over here. You're not able to do that because you don't have the training behind it. And in order to get that, you just need to practice your lateral distance and reward Nova for being on her line.